So on the 6th day of our retreat, we're looking at the consciousness element, the consciousness base, consciousness foundation. Dhatu is the Indian word. So, what do we mean by that? You know, we've been looking at physical elements, and I think as modern people we've become amazingly attuned to thinking in terms of physical elements, but of course our actual life, all the things that are important to us, is lived in terms of what we're rather inclined to call inner space, inside ourselves, in our heart. We use this inner language a great deal. Our emotions, our thoughts, our ideas, all this takes place apparently within us, inner space. But phenomenologically, this isn't actually quite right. If I ask you now to, I don't know, imagine an elephant, you won't imagine the elephant inside yourself. You know, in fact, if you imagine the elephant right now, you can probably detect where in space you're imagining the elephant. I mean, maybe it's over there in the room, or maybe it's over here. But you imagine an elephant occupying space. And so when you reflect on your imagination like that, you realize that in the whole world of imagination, there's space. In fact, imagination and space in that sense are almost synonymous. When we were looking at the space element in our meditation on day 5, we realized that empirically we never actually experience space. We live in a plenum. Everything is full. You know, this apparent space to my eye is actually full of air, which I can even feel. If I move my hand through it, I can feel the resistance of the air. I can feel the changing temperature of the air. I know there's a substance there. We never actually experience space. We only intuit space. We intuit that there is something that we call space. And that we intuit like that, I occupy it, this book occupies it, the table, the bell, the air around me, all these take up space, they take up room, we say. Yeah? We have to make room for them in our life, you might say. Imagination takes place in a certain sort of space. The early Buddhists were very interested in this space, the space that is the backdrop, the container, the substance within which our imaginative life takes place. Because it's our imaginative life that provides all the sound and fury of our existence. It provides our spiritual awakening and our greatest delusions. They all take place in that space. We live in this physical space, but the important things happen in that space, the space of the mind. So investigating what is that space of the mind became a very important aspect of early Buddhist practice. The mind occupies a space. The things we imagine, they take place in that space. The things that happen there, they speak to us in a whole variety of ways. They might speak to us of great harmony, like the mandala. Or they might speak to us in ways that are highly disturbing, like our nightmares. But they all happen in a space. So the space of the mind, the consciousness space, is a very important part of practice and of the basis of practice. And it's called a dhatu, a basis, because it's upon that basis that we tend to build our castles. We build our palaces. We create our little independent republic of me land in that space. Not so much in this physical space. We represent it in this physical space. We have our house, our car, our possessions as kind of outward tokens. But they're outward tokens of this other space, the space of consciousness, the space which is full of radiant power, luminous objects that hold us, shape us, and control our life. It's this consciousness space that we'll be investigating today.